What is up, guys? Brendan aka Drip back with another video. This video is on the Crusadia Mech Knight, well, really Crusadia Blue Eyes build that I did earlier. I originally said I wasn't going to make a combo tutorial video on this deck until it got 15 likes, but I guess a lot of people don't have the faith in the deck, so they didn't hit the like button as much as I thought. But I figured I'd go ahead and make it because since Red MD is getting his text changed and everything, rest in peace. The deck will still be able to be function as it is. Like, just because Red MD is gone doesn't mean that the deck is dead. We just lost a really big extender. I don't care if it's a hard once per turn. With his profile and the combo, you at least loop him 2, 3, 4 times easily. So it's one of those things where I'd have to hit the scratch board again and try to find ways to incorporate other cards to be extenders. But with that being said, sorry I haven't posted in a while. I just been honestly playing video games and also trying to find think of different content and wait on cards to come in the mail and stuff to get things ready for new profiles and stuff. I've been playing the new season of Destiny 2. I don't know if shout outs to anybody else who watched the channel who possibly plays Destiny 2, but yeah, I've been playing the new season. So I've been like grinding really hard in the Crucible and stuff. But with that being said, this is gonna be a kind of long video because the combo is like really long because this is a really combo heavy deck. If you haven't seen the deck profile, it's on the channel. I advise you go check it out. It's a really nice deck. It's really spicy. It's really there's a certain style of combo that I run with in this deck that people don't run with dragon decks yet. I haven't seen a single person do it yet. So I like to say I did it first in a dragon deck. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into the video, the combo tutorial. This deck is very combo heavy. I wouldn't necessarily say it's fragile. I would just say that it's asking to be Nibiru'd, honestly. But there's a lot of combo decks out there that ask to be Nibiru'd. Not only that, one thing I like to say is if you've seen the combo, the deck profile, I have tweaked it minorly. Like I took out the Maximuses, and then I added in Called by the Graves. That I'm pretty sure that's the only difference. And I took out one Nebula Dragon. This is sitting at a clean 40 now. So yeah, we're at clean 40. So the only thing different is I took out one Nebula, dropped the Maximus, and put in 3 Called by the Grave, and I think that was the only thing different. I'm trying to keep this all in the camera. It's going to be probably hard. Let's go ahead and get our 5. All you really need is a Crusadia. That is like the only card you don't want to draw if you draw into the gear suit. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This hand is actually a dud. Just because of one card. Literally, our entire deck is nothing but extenders. But like I said before in the comment section and stuff, this deck can brick. I'm not saying it's the best way. I just like this way. Okay. Jeez, we are not having no luck here at all, fellas. Of course, when I do a combo tutorial video. Probably because I had the cards in order. I try to get it again. If I have to, I'll just get the cards out individually and do the combo that way. Okay, that's a lot better. Because literally we run 12 Crusadias in here in a 40 card deck. That's why it's very frustrating when you can brick like that sometimes. Because we run 12, I believe 3, 6, 9, 9 Crusadias, plus some other extenders. We run a lot of extenders in this deck, so it's frustrating when you start out like that. But since we have the Draco, you want to save the Draco for the Guard Dragons. So you want to go ahead and normal summon the Draco. Link it away into Magius. Now you just got special summon his own Magius points too. You can special the Arborea. You can chain Magius' effect to add a Crusadia. Just go ahead and add another Draco. What I will say is you have 2 options here. You can go into Spatha, or since you have access to the Arborea, you can go into Halqifibrax. It's whatever you want to do. Depending on your hand is what you would go in if you would go into Halqifibrax. In this deck, we do not run the Jet Synchron, we do not run the O-Lion, we don't run none of that degenerate bullshit. We just run the regular eggs to get access to. So we don't have alternative in our hand, so we don't need a blue eye, so there's no real reason. I mean, you could go in to get access to the egg if you want to trim out the deck, but I'm just going to show you the straight up regular combo. Also, just because we brick those 2 opening hands, don't think it messes with the consistency at all. This deck is very consistent. It just happens. I had the deck in order. So I'll constantly keep doing these shuffles and stuff to prove to you that this deck is consistent. Don't take those 2 first opening hands to heart. So Spath is my favorite Crusadia in the X deck, honestly, because she's really broken. You can special summon Draco. Draco effect will activate to add a Crusadia back to hand from grave. So what you can do now is you'll link Draco away, and then we'll link into LP. Spatha's effect, you can activate Spatha's effect to move the LP to left or right. Obviously we want to move her right. Activate LP's effect. Right here is where you go and get your red MD, and you begin to constantly loop your red MD. You'll go get the Galactic Spiral later in the combo. What you do now is just go ahead and grab the Draco. Don't worry about everything in your hand. You need to keep your hand the way it is. Now we have Instant Soryuja to redraw. Soryuja. We'll go ahead and give her a deck a cut. And we'll get a draw of 4. We got a Foolish, Black Spiral, Succession, Defrag. We can put back the Arborea. Put back the Arborea. We had the Called by the Grave just in case we got Ash or anything. Say we didn't get Ash or anything, we'll put the Called by back. You could honestly hold on to it if you want to. It just depends. If we've got this point without being hand trapped, I highly doubt we'll be hand trapped later. So we'll go ahead and put back we can put back the Galactic Spiral, to be honest. Yeah. Put back the Galactic Spiral on the bottom of the deck. And this is our hand. Diss the Blue Eyes for defrag. Link away the defrag for the Pisty. Now, what we can do is use Pisty to bring back the red MD. Rest in pieces. Red MD to we'll actually wait to use Red MD's effect. We can use Foolish Burial because we want to get access to our eggs. You can send any egg you want here. I'm going to send Legend. Legend will activate, give Blue Eyes to the hand. Now what we'll do is we have yet to use Soryuja's effect, really, so we'll use Saryuja, special the Blue Eyes. Use Red MD. 2 special the Egg. We'll Synchro Summon. Into the gorgeous Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Now, what we can do is link these 2 away into the Romulus. Romulus effect will activate to go and get us the Dragon Ravine. The Dragon Ravine. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll immediately activate the Dragon Ravine. We don't need the defrag anymore because he's only for an extender. It gets in the guard dragons and everything else. Effect the pitch to search our deck and to dump the Galactic Spiral Dragon. We hard drew the Succession. We activate the Succession to bring back the Red MD. And then we'll use Red MD's effect to bring back our Blue Eyes. Now, since we control 2 light or dark dragons, obviously, and everything else, we use Galactic Spiral's effect, bring them out. You want to clear up some space, take this and this to go into your Hieratic Spheres. It also turns this into a level 8 too, by the way. It's pretty gross. We can also use his effect again too, which is pretty gross. Remind you that until end of next week, then we can't. But what we'll do now is we'll go into number 97. Do not detach the Galactic Spiral. Galactic Spiral will get banished when it gets detached. So detach this because not only that, it puts stuff in your graveyard when you go into Azure Eyes on your opponent's turn. To bring out the 192 as material. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4, so we can actually still use Red MD's effect again. So now, for our 5th body, we're going to use Red MD's effect again to add Blue Eyes. Special summon Blue Eyes. You can't see it in the picture, but it's on there, but we're about to overlay it anyways. Overlay the Blue Eyes and the Red MD because it's a level 8 because of Galactic Spiral's effect into Dingirsu. And this is our ending board. Just off of a Crusadia and an extender. That's literally all you need. Crusadia and extender. Let me see if I can pull it up a little bit. There we go. Crusadia and extender. This is your ending board. You still have room for Hieratic Spheres, which if you don't have Blue Eyes in hand, you want to go and you want to bring out the Legend, honestly. So if you contribute it or you link it away or whatever. Yeah, you burn through everything but 2 cards, 1 card really in your two cards are really in your extra deck, because your interaction is what this is. A lot of people when they see Hieratic Spheres, they'll try to enter battle phase and attack over it, but it's okay because you have Dingirsu to protect it twice, so it's whatever. He can't be targeted. He's going to banish everything your opponent plays on their turn, and then Azure Eyes will negate something in the grave and will bounce into your Azure Eyes. Not Azure Eyes, sorry, but Spirit will bounce into your Azure Eyes and bring back a Blue Eyes if necessary on the standby phase. So, yeah, this is pretty much, for the most part, this is pretty much full combo. This is full combo. This is your ending board. Like I said, you just need a Crusadia for this part and an extender to get to this. And it also depends on what you get to off of your Saryuja draw. There's some times where you'll have this exact same board, but you won't have Dingirsu. So that's literally the only difference. You would still end on Hieratic Sphere, 92, 97, and Spirit. You just won't have the Ding Ding. But full combo is this right here. You can still get to this with the Girsu combo too. You will just need more extenders. You will need to draw like a defrag dragon and like a melody or a way to get to alternative for an additional body. But you could still get to this through the Girsu. It's actually better with the Girsu, honestly, because like I said with the Girsu combo that I'm about to show, it makes World Legacy Guard Dragon searchable, and you can get access to the eggs and then constantly keep looping them back, etc., etc. But this board is not that accessible outside of having Red MD with Red MD's current effect. That's what's seriously going to be missed. Like, this board will not be. It'll be close. You can still get close, but you will not be able to have this gigantic, enormous board. But let's go ahead and I'm going to try to throw the hand together with the Girsu combo, because I don't want to have to worry about relying on drawing it to show you guys, because I know there's going to be some people in the comments be like, oh, the deck's not consistent. No, it's consistent, I promise you. It's consistent. Just because I bricked those two hands, you've seen it, what it can do. But like I said, it is fragile, but it is what it is. This is for the people that actually believe in the deck and that wanted to see the combo tutorial. So that's what this is for. But let me see here. Let's see what you really could like get or need, rather. Let me see. So let's say you have, I don't know, you have a Girsu in hand. There's two versions of the Girsu combo I want to show. It's really good, really, really good. I'll show you the really good one first. Because like I said with extender, say you have Arborea, Girsu, and I don't know, this, and some random card. Let's just say Blue Eyes is a random card. And then, yeah, so these are the only ones you really need, is these two here, honestly. So let's say, I don't know, let's just get a Melody so you can get a discard and additional body. Say you had these and one random card. So let's say, I don't know, Called by the Grave. Let's just say we had a Called by the Grave or something, or a Foolish Burial. How about that? Foolish Burial, a random card. Just a random card. Let's go ahead and get a shuffle. Let's just say this is a hand, because these are the main ones that you really want anyways. So when you open Arborea and Girsu, it's really gross. So what you would do first is you would normal summon Girsu's effect to send your World Legacy World Armor, wherever he's at. World Armor. Send him to the grave. Alright. And you also will get a token off of Girsu's effect when he's the only card you control. And you also give your opponent one, which if you're running actual Mech Knights in this, which I have tried, it's not that bad, honestly, because the purple will get you Girsu if you want to open Girsu more than you do Crusadias, even though the Crusadias are more consistent in my opinion, because it doesn't matter which ones you draw. If you draw two, it's combo for the most part. So, but yeah, you can put it anywhere you want. If you're on the Mech Knights, you want to put it in front of their zone. But with this is what we got. What we can do here is immediately link the token and the Girsu off into our Lib, Blade Master. Alright. Now Lib's effect can activate since the World Legacy is in the grave, as in the World Armor. So what we do now is you search a World Legacy card and directly set it to the field. It plays around Ash. You don't have to worry about it. That's it. Only thing that can really hit it is Effect Baler and Imperm. So you set it, which this is good too, because if you're playing Mech Knights, regular Mech Knights, you can set up your columns. So what we can do now is we could activate that and go search World Legacy Guard Dragon, but we have no real dragons. Yes, we have the Defrag Dragon, but it's okay. When you open the Arborea with it, this is better, actually. This is a better way of doing it. You will special summon Arborea to the zone she points to, because Crusadias have the effect where they can special summon the zone it points to. She's a tuner. You already know where this is going. Hawk of Fibrax. Bring out Hawk. Hawk will bring out an egg and play it wherever you want. So you will play the egg away from his zones. Do not play him on his zones. So you play it over here. And that's that. What you do now is you can activate the World Legacy Succession. Special summon the zone a link monster points to. World Armor's effect will activate. Search a World Legacy card. This is where you go and search a World Legacy Guard Dragon. Add it to your hand. Sadly, that one can be ashed. Now, that's in our hand. In our hand is just a melody, a foolish, yada, yada, yada. What we can do is... we need a monster in hand. So let's say we actually did open a foolish. Let's say you use foolish. Just use another egg to get another blue eyes in your hand. That's what I'm saying. You can fill your hand pretty quickly with the eggs and all that stuff to get the blue eyes in hand, to be honest. And they're mainly going to go to grave just to be ammo for your Azurais if you can get into it. Not only that, you're filling your grave with the eggs too. So we can you discard to special. Now we have access to Saryuja. We would go into a link 4. Yeah, our Hydrofabrics is not as degenerate as the Rock decks or anybody else that's really using that and Link Cross. It's a little more friendly. Into Saryuja. Let's give our deck a cut. Because we still have Guard Dragon combo because we have eggs in the grave. We have 2 in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't need the called by. Don't need that. And don't need a third melody. We'll still be able to activate the melody this turn. The reason why I dropped this to 1 is I was running at 2, but I was seeing it, which is not the bad thing. It's just when you're running a Saryuja build, like Guard Dragons, because you're running pretty much run Saryuja if you're running Guard Dragons, you don't want to see this because this locks you into light and dark dragons. And sadly, for some stupid reason, Saryuja is a Earth Dragon, so you won't be able to summon him. So I like to do exactly what you just seen me do, and that's draw him off of Saryuja. So what we'll do now is we'll activate World Legacy Guard Dragon. The World Legacy Guard Dragon will revive our egg. You already know where we're going here. Going into LP. We'll bring out our LP. The egg's effect will activate. Get us another sexy DDS to our hand. Give us a shuffle. Alright, now we'll activate LP's effect. LP's effect, bring out the red MD. This is where it gets repetitive. Okay. Now, you can check your grave, see what you got. Okay. What we're going to do is, you don't really need the Nebula Dragon because all it is an extender to play through hand traps. Use Melody, discard it. Go and get yourself your Levianeer and your 1 alternative. Okay. So now what we'll do is reveal the blue eyes, special the alternative. Okay. And now what we'll do is we can use effect to bring back an egg. We have 4 on field. We can use Saryuja's effect, special summon the blue eyes, synchro summon into spirit. Now, what we can do, we still have the Levianeer in hand to use as utility. Wait to use the Levianeer last. The reason why is because Levianeer has broken effects where you can rip a card out of their hand, you can pop 2 cards, or you can resurrect cards. The reason why I say wait is because you don't know what you're going to need after you go into Romulus. So you can use these 2. to bring out our Romulus, wherever he's at, in the back. And I don't know if you've seen, but with this combo, we didn't have to use Pisty because we kind of got where we needed to be. So Romulus effect will activate. Sadly, we're going to have to pitch our Red MD to get the Galactic Spiral engraved if we wanted to, or you can do two other options. You can resurrect a card, Red MD, to have it for utility, or you can rip a card. Since we already have a rank 8 here, it's all personal preference, to be honest. So let's see. We will. We're not going to get to the Dingirsu as we did before, but it's okay. We can, just for the giggles, to rip a card out of our opponent's hand, bench 1 dark, 2, 3 darks. We'll rip these out of their hands. I mean, we banished those to rip out of our hands, so we're going to summon the Levianeer, rip a card, etc., etc. Overlay, finger roll, fish fillet into Dragolivian. Detached alternative, just in case we need it back to our hand. We can always send the eggs with this if necessary. We already detached off that. We'll bring out 92 and 100. And then Saryuja, you go into you. But yeah, that right there is pretty much, that's it. And you can still move a dragon around if you want to, because another thing I like about World Legacy Guard Dragon is if you mess up with your zones, which happens sometimes, pretty frequently actually with me, World Legacy Guard Dragon is pretty friendly. It allows you to place it, shifts your cards around. You can move them to different zones, your dragons and stuff. So it's pretty forgiving in that sort of sense. But yeah, with my opening hand I had there, it doesn't really matter that doesn't have to be the exact hand, because I know someone's probably going to say it. You just need Girsu and at least two extenders. I was just showing you what is the best extenders to have, which is defrag, a way to get to alternative. Because if you didn't have Melody, you could have alternative himself, and then you could go into Hauk to bring out an egg. And then once you link those away, you can get the Blue Eyes to hand, and there's another extender. As long as you have at least two extenders with the Girsu play, you can still get to this for the most part. It's just like I said, to get the Dingirsu, you would have to draw into your level 8s extenders. Or more level 8s are ways to get on the field. But with that being said, that is the combo in a whole. It really sucks that Red MD is pretty much not as good as it was before at the end of next week. But I wanted to show you guys that this deck is good. This deck is powerful. It can put up some insane boards. I mean, come on now. This will go into Zuraz, which make all your dragons protected for 2 turns. This will banish their entire field, just saying they don't get to play, and you'll be able to OTK next turn, guaranteed OTK if they don't break your board. Can be targeted and spin something back. I mean, come on now. If you're playing something in the meta, you obviously know what's really tough to hit. And if you had Dingirsu on the field, let's say you're playing Salad or something, you just spin their Sunlight Wolf back with this once they start going off, and then they're pretty much screwed. And then you can negate their Spinny with this, go into a Zuraz, or their Jaguar or whatever, and go into a Zuraz. Zuraz will protect all your stuff, so they won't really be able to go. They won't be able to break your board with the access code talker, and then this will just banish everything. And then turn if they attack this with access code talker, then they're going to take all the damage. Only thing they'll be able to really attack is this, and that's whatever. Who cares? If they didn't have no other way to stop you, then you're gonna kill them. That's pretty much moral of the story. It's over, because what you would do is you would bring out an egg or whatever, and then if you still had room, then you would just use a Zero Eyes to bring back a Blue Eyes, and if you didn't, then it doesn't matter. You could still send, like this right here, you still have the Ravine on this, for example. When in your top deck, you would, like this, you would discard this, send an egg to grave, get a Blue Eyes to hand, tribute over the Heart and Earth if you wanted to, but remember, Heart Earth Dragon gets $1,000 for everything banished, and just for us, we wouldn't even need to attack over Heart and Earth. We wouldn't even need to tribute over Heart and Earth, honestly, because he'll get $3,000 off us, plus whatever our opponent would play that we banished on their turn. So if they played 5 cards, like you're playing a trash back row deck or something, and you banish their entire back row, well, let's say you banish 5 cards, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's $8K just off of him. OTK with just Heart Earth Dragon. It's really gross. This deck is really fun. It's a Blue Eyes deck. It like someone's commented in the comment section that it's probably the most combo heavy Blue Eyes deck that I've seen in a while. I'm still going to try to keep this build because, like I said, the Crusadia Blue Eyes it's very consistent. It's arguably just as consistent, if not more consistent, than the Rocket one that I've seen a few people do. But the only issue with that is, the only reason I don't like that is you don't get to utilize the Blue Eyes cards as much. Yeah, you can make the same argument with this one that you don't really do nothing with the Blue Eyes cards until the end of the combo or mid combo. But sadly, that's the way Blue Eyes has to be played now, outside of like maybe Pure, which is not very competitive at the moment because Konami forbids to give us real good support. I mean, that new card, all it is pretty much a poly searcher. It's not really that degenerate. I mean, my opinion, heroes can get something like Ferris that they can discard a special summon, and then my tied for second Love Galaxy Eyes Photon is getting Afterglow, which if they control a Galaxy Eyes monster, they can special summon. But yet we Blue Eyes can't get really anything like that. I don't know if it's because the last time Blue Eyes got support, they won Worlds, but I don't know what the reason it is. But like, I would love just a little bit of generic love, honestly. But I know this was a very long video, and I apologize. But be on the lookout for content. We have a couple deck profiles coming. I got one coming tomorrow. I have dual videos coming from locals. We're still doing the dual videos every week at locals. I got those requested deck profiles coming. The only reason we have yet to get them out there to you guys, such as the Ancient Gears and the Red Eyes one, if the guys watching this video, we haven't got that out there yet, is because we're waiting on the reprints. Some of the people out there on the secondary market selling them for outrageously overpriced for a deck that is not really that competitive is outrageous and insane that we as a team, Jeremy, Josh, and I, forbid to pay for that. That's just dumb. We'll just wait for the reprints and get you the guys the profile. But with that being said, I don't know if you guys seen in the description of the other videos, but we have a Discord up now. If you want to become part of the DDD fam, right now it's literally just us in there and a couple of my other friends from the other the locals that's in there. So none of the followers have really, the subscribers have really got in there yet. So, but with that being said, I'll have a link to that in the description down below if you want to join. You have any questions about my builds, or you have a question on my opinion on things, or you just want to talk or just become closer to the DDD fam and stuff, then that's down there too. But with that being said, you guys have a wonderful evening. Stay safe with this pandemic and everything going on, and good luck dueling, and y'all take care.